Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Weekly Academics, and you're listening to FAI Namdar. This is the fifth podcast of the fourth chapter, and in the previous one, we looked in details the objectives, beliefs, and methods of struggle of the assertive nationalists. And as I said, in this one, we'll be looking towards the details of the contributions of Bal Gangadhar Tilak. So we'll go in the order of Bal, Pal, Lal. That's how we call the trio that we're going to study the contributions of Bal, Pal, Lal, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, and Lala Lajpat Rai. So we're going to see first the contributions of Bal Gangadhar Tilak. So let's get into it without taking much time, because these are quite important contributions, and as I've already given you a small tip to get a quick recap of all the contributions, is to create a chart out of them. So you can create a similar chart for the assertive nationalists also, like the one that you'll have created for the early nationalists. So now let's begin. Bal Gangadhar Tilak. So just to give a quick background, Bal Gangadhar Tilak was born on July 23rd, 1856. Okay, July 23rd, 1856, and he is known as the father of Indian unrest, and he was actually the one who you can call him to be the founder of anti-imperialist movements in India. So one of his important contributions can be noted down. This is kind of a background for him, but this can be a contribution also, that he was one of the founding members of Deccan Education Society, which he founded under the guidance of Ranade in 1884. And even today we know Deccan Education Society, and there are various schools and colleges under Deccan Education Society today. So people like Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Tilak, they were all associated with various activities in this society, the Deccan Education Society. So to just give an example of colleges, they come under the Deccan Education Society. There's the famous Ferguson College at Pune, which comes under the Deccan Education Society. So because the teachers in this societies were paid nominal salaries, not much, it was quite easy to establish such educational institutions, and Tilak was a very important person because he founded the Deccan Education Society. So that's a background, can be included into a contribution. Now let's look at his contribution towards the freedom struggle, like the direct opposition to the British government. So first of all, point number one is his political beliefs. His belief that Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it, I will have it. So by this statement itself, we understand how great his demand for Swaraj was, how determined his demand was. So like others, he also supported Swaraj and Swadeshi as the means towards Swaraj. And for his aggressive methods, he was also sent to jail for 6 years in 1908. We've seen that earlier also. But he was a strong believer of the methods of Swaraj Swadeshi boycott. That's the first point. Second is the ways he attacked on the government can be included in literature and press also. So Tilak had wrote his opinions. He started the papers, two weeklies, that is Maratha and Kesari. Maratha was in English and Kesari was in Marathi. So he had started these two weeklies, and these are quite famous. We've all heard about them. And he strongly believed that to get their demands fulfilled, they had to apply strong pressure. Political rights would have to be fought for, is what he strongly believed, because they had seen that the ways the ones with the moderate views, the ways that they were using were not really getting them their demands. So he was one of the members who believed that it's quite important to use strong pressure to get their demands fulfilled. And he expressed his opinion. He criticized the government, attacked the government through his two weeklies, that is Maratha and Kesari. Moving on to the third one, that is his method of revivalism, the means he employed to expose the administration and arouse nationalistic passion. So we've studied about revivalism in the previous podcast when we looked into the method of struggle of the assertive nationalists, and that was something that Bal Gangadhar Tilak had brought up. So in 1893, he revived the Ganesh festival or the Ganpati festival. In 1895, he brought up the Shivaji festival. So as we've seen, he brought up all these festivals so that people could come together, discuss, and to instill in them a spirit of discipline and patriotism towards the country, so that they discuss various things, so that he can express his views to the people, right? So that people understand what is actually going around them, and they build their own unity among themselves. So that's how he revived these old heroes and gods to bring the people together and to mobilize the masses, to arouse nationalistic passions. He also started setting up akhadas, the places where wrestling is done, and lathi clubs where young boys were trained to be brave and to defy the British Raj. He later on in 1896, he started the no rent campaign, wherein he asked the cultivators not to pay the revenues to the landlords or the revenue collectors, because there was a huge famine in that period of time in the Deccan region. So he asked the cultivators to not pay rent. That's how it came to be known as the no rent campaign. So that was how he aroused nationalistic passion, nationalistic feelings among the people. That's revivalism. Moving on to his fourth point. The fourth point is his role in anti-partition movement. So while we studied the partition of Bengal, we saw that there was this anti-partition movement. So Bal Gangadhar Tilak also played an important role in the anti-partition movement. He used it as an opportunity to expose the evils of the British government. He, as we've already seen, he strongly believed in Swaraj Swadeshi, and he helped convert the anti-partition movement into a movement for Swaraj. Okay. Moving on to the fifth one, that is the Home Rule movement. Now, this is a very important contribution of Bal Gangadhar Tilak. So, in 1916, Bal Gangadhar Tilak brought the Home Rule League to Madras and Maharashtra with the help and support of Annie Besant, Mrs. Annie Besant, who was the one to bring Home Rule League to India. So, with her help, he brought the Home Rule League to Madras and Maharashtra. And through the Home Rule League, he infused the people of the nation. He instilled in them the strength and vigor. Okay, so because of all these contributions that he did, as we all know, he came to be known as Lokmanya, that is someone who is respected a lot by the people. About the Home Rule League, the details of the Home Rule League are mentioned in the APC publication in later chapters, but as of considering the syllabus, it's not really a part of your syllabus, but I might explain the Home Rule League in short when we come to that particular chapter. Okay, so that's the fifth point about the Home Rule League. And the sixth point is he was known to be the forerunner of Gandhi, or the precursor of Gandhi. Reason being, his views, his ideologies, his methods were quite similar to those of Gandhi, but he was somebody who did it way earlier than Gandhi. So like Gopal Krishna Gokhale was Gandhi's political guru. Bal Gangadhar Tilak was his forerunner. All the things that he did were quite similar to Gandhian ideology. So he was somebody who believed in prohibition, Swadeshi, boycott, way before Gandhi came into picture. Okay, and that was again what Gandhiji promoted: prohibition, Swadeshi, boycott. Even Tilak wanted complete independence and Swaraj. His ideology of Swaraj was same as Gandhi's ideology of complete independence, but Tilak gave the ideology way earlier. Okay, Mahatma Gandhi comes in picture way later. He comes in the picture in the 1900s, whereas Tilak comes in picture from the mid 19th century itself, like 1890s itself, right? And also Bal Gangadhar Tilak did never resort to violence. Even he strongly believed in the concept of non-violence, like Mahatma Gandhi. So that's the reason he was known as the forerunner or precursor of Gandhi. Moving on to the last point, that is his scholarly activities. So his one of great contributions is his three great works, that is Gita Rahasya, The Orion, and Arctic Home in the Vedas. These are three great books, three great literary work that he's done, can be counted under the title of literature. So just a quick recap, Deccan Education Society is one which comes under the background part of him, but can be included as a contribution. Now moving into direct contribution towards freedom struggle, his belief in Swaraj, Swadeshi, boycott. Maratha Kesari is the second one. Third is revivalism. Fourth is his contributions to the anti-partition movement. Fifth, Home Rule League. Sixth, he being the forerunner of Gandhi, and 7th, the 3 scholarly works that he has given, Gita, Rahasya, Orion, and Arctic Home in the Vedas. So with all these major contributions, here we come to the end of the contributions of Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak. And in the next podcast, we'll be discussing the contributions of Bipin Chandra Pal. Until then, you're listening to FAI Namdar at Weekly Academics. And for now, if you want to listen to something soothing, relaxing, beautiful, calm, peaceful, you can always listen to podcasts made by Dr. Sabiha Inamdar. Your Life in My Voice is her YouTube channel. Go follow her on Instagram also. And as of these podcasts, yes, do like them, share them with all your friends so that it helps them with their history work. And subscribe the channel FAI Namdar so that you get continuous updates. And do follow me on Instagram at @weekly.academics. If you have any feedbacks, comments, doubts, you can feel free to put it down in the comments section or DM me at weekly.academics. Until then, be home, be safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye.